Big boobs? What? Child. Anyway, so
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender.
Hi guys. Ooh. This was going to be a little different. I did tell you guys, and a bunch of you liked, so thank you so much for the engagement, that I did want to talk to you guys really quickly about something that's been going on the X app, all right, Twitter. I wanted to talk about this because honestly, it's an opinion. And did I get heated when I saw it? Not really, because I've heard this opinion before, but I was definitely annoyed and I felt a little bit incredulous and I laughed a little bit because this is what happens all the time. All right, here's what I will say in terms of disclaimers. Any Sims game you can like. I'm sure there are some people that think that The Sims 1 in any iteration is the best Sims game in the franchise. Now, you might have your personal opinions as to whether or not you agree with that, but it is what it is. So you like Sims 2 more than any other game? That is what it is. You like Sims 3 more? Is what it is. And if you like The Sims 4 more, that also is what it is. We can't stop people from playing the game how they want or liking whichever game they prefer more. Now, usually, I'm the person that says like what you like, but let's be honest, right? And what that means is you can say that you prefer something, but you have to understand why other people might say you're wrong because they're working more on their facts than your feelings. Facts don't negate feelings. You know what I mean? And I feel like this person said what they said because of their feelings. And let me explain what I mean by that. Before I get into that really quickly, this is my old Sim self. This is the first Sim self I ever made. It still actually does look like me, but not completely. The chin is a little bit too long, slightly too long, like maybe a centimeter or so off. But now you're like, this is CC. Yes, a CC top on, CC nose ring, and CC hair and necklace. I can't necessarily tell you if this is CC skin. It might be though. But this was back in a time where I didn't have that much CC. I decided to make myself. She's pretty, right? I know, thank you. Hi guys. Now we are here in Create a Sim. Part of the video is obviously going to be that I make a Sim CC free. As you can see, EA hair. This is CC skin though. I will be removing it. However, I'm going to be going onto my default replacement skin, which is kind of like EA skin, but with a few embellishments, because I just don't feel like removing my skins right now. So here are the ground rules. Only EA clothes, only EA makeup, only EA hair. All right. The skin is going to be the only thing that's not completely the same. But this skin that I have, it's like a updated version of EA skin. So it's not like this where it's like dang near looks like an actual person. So don't worry, I will be removing that. Yeah, so let's just get into it really quickly here. See, there we go. So you see there's like small embellishments here, like freckles and stuff like that. Like, you know, just a little something something or whatever. But we're not going to get into that. Who cares? All right, who cares? All right, so Lita Sims. Now, before you guys jump up, if you guys think that what they said right here is terrible, just don't look for them. I think they did this just so they can drive people's traffic to their channel. Like, at first they're, you know, because it's all about marketing, social media marketing, right? Apparently they are EA creator, network creator. Like, I don't know how you can, like, crap on one of EA's previous games like this, you know, and be a EA creator, but, you know. So they said Sims 3 Sims are ugly as freak, and I'm tired of pretending that they're not. I think they are coming from a place of hurt. Let me explain. It's either one of two things. One, they don't really care and they just did this to upset people because that's just who they are. Or two, they said this because they play The Sims 4. you know? And when you play a game like The Sims 4, you don't really have that, what's it called? You don't really have that comfort when you see the other games. Now, if you only play The Sims 4 and you ain't ever heard of The Sims 3, you just saw a sim that wasn't so cute to you, that's one thing. But if you watch a lot of YouTube channels and you've seen Sims 3 stuff, like, you're gonna feel a little insecure. It's just a tiny bit. Because it's like, dang, we can't do this in our game. Damn, we can't do this in our game. What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? So, just before I give my opinion, I think they're a tiny bit insecure, because who cares about the way that the Sims look? Number one, I don't care about the way that the Sims look, but number two, CC is a thing. And before they say whatever they got to say about Sims 4 stuff, Sims 4 Sims use hella lot of CC. There really aren't that many people that are popping in the Sims 4 world that don't use a lot of CC. In The Sims 3, you can have people who have a bunch of followers and post on YouTube a lot who barely use any CC at all. Do you see the difference? Now, this person did also bring up that if anyone's going to reply to them, they don't want people to reply with Sims that are full of CC, and they don't want people to reply with talking about how broken The Sims 4 is and how much more gameplay The Sims 3 has. Now, I can understand why they would say that. Number one, this person was trying to say, or you thought that they were trying to say, that The Sims 3 Sims are ugly base game wise, no CC required. And we were just talking about the way the game looks and not the features. Fine, let's play that for 5 seconds. Let's play it. They all look like clay, matte Martians. It's on rare occasion that I see a good-looking Sims 3 sim, and it's always with CC. Sims 4 Sims can be cute with or without CC if you're creative enough, but Sims 3 Sims, absolutely not. Now, this is just wrong. This is an opinion, not a fact. Because there's a lot of Sims that are okay looking or really cute, and people like them, and there's no CC on them. So we all know that's not true. I'm going to show you an example of that right here by someone I follow, right? This is a fully based game sim from The Sims 3. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Now, why I appreciated this is because they decided to make a sim without any CC. Now, while I did appreciate the replies of people who made sims with CC because they were very cute, I like this because this like attacks his point. It shows a Sims 3 sim without CC and then shows a Sims 4 sim without CC as well, and asks you to compare them. Now, when you look at this one, right, I have a personal preference as well. I don't really like Max's Match clay hair, so I would have preferred this. I don't really like the clay hair aesthetic here. People keep saying the Sims 3 Sims have beady eyes. I don't see that here. This, however, might just be an eye replacement because of the light on the iris, but remove the light from the iris. Let's just use the default eyes, these default eyes. Now, I did tell y'all that I would be using store content because that's technically EA content. And yes, I plan to use store content. Like, excuse me? So we're going to use this one. I like it. Let's add some eyebrows onto good old sis. There we go. She actually looks pretty nice. Hold up, guys, leave me Leave The Sims alone. Leave The Sims 3 alone. Look at this. The facial hair, it's okay. You know, the suit, it's fine. This guy's not ugly, and he's not pudding faced in my personal opinion. And I don't even care. People keep talking about pudding faces and how all the Sims look the same. They do not look the same. They don't. Like, they don't. They all do not look the same. You can tell Vida Alto from Malcolm Landgrab. Like, we're not, like, they don't all look the same, and y'all are being a little bit ridiculous when you say stuff like that. You're just upset that your game doesn't necessarily have that much on its own, so you're trying to find little stuff to nitpick and attack about the older games. But I will say, people don't really say much about The Sims 2. You know. So look at this. I've never liked this. I've always said, right, that The Sims 4 is giving Fortnite, but with woohoo. Like, in terms of, like, the art style, I've never liked this for The Sims, only because the way that the game was going, you thought it would turn into Enjoy. You know, you thought the graphics would just get better and get slightly more realistic, to the point where when you make a Sim, people would not be able to tell, even just base game, no CC, that this wasn't a real person. You know, I thought that's where the game was going, but no, they regressed, in my personal opinion, to the Sims 2 era of more cartoony looking Sims and less realistic looking Sims, and we got something like this. Y'all think that this piece of clay mat on this person's head is cute. That could be your personal opinion. I don't like it though. You think this facial hair looks more realistic than this one? Okay, maybe on the top, but definitely not the bottom. You think these clothes are so much cuter than this? We're not playing these games. Sims 4 Sims are not cute without CC. They're normal looking. And to me, they're not cute. The only Sims 4 people I follow are people that use a ton of CC and mods, to the point where the game is unrecognizable, and me, as somebody who doesn't really play The Sims 4, I don't know, because I don't know what the game has originally, so I don't know. I watch people like Ashley Plays, nothing but CC all over that. A lot of people, like I said, replied with Sims 3 Sims that have a lot of CC, and they said that you're just proving my point, which y'all were. But I do appreciate that y'all were ready to fight for my sis Sims 3. I appreciate that. But you guys didn't think before you posted, which happens a lot online. We hear something and then we get triggered, and then we're just ready to jump. You know what I mean? We should have thought about it a little bit more and done something more like this. Y'all just love to play around. Oh, the Sims game is so ugly. It's so ugly. Oh my god. It's disgusting. It's uncanny. I really can't stop. I will admit I have a slight unfair advantage because I've been playing this game for a while, so it may be a little bit easier for me to just come in here and make somebody that's decent looking like she is, and it might not be that easy for you, so I'm not gonna put that on y'all. I'm not gonna put that on y'all. Come on now. I'm not unfair. But what I'm saying is it's not hard. This section shouldn't even have taken this short of a time. Alright. Look at her, guys. She don't look no way. Y'all are just like really like, at this point, I'm a little disappointed in y'all. Cause I thought it was gonna be hard. I thought it was like, okay, I'm not sure. Cause I use CC. Okay, I do. I use CC a lot. So I haven't necessarily used just EA stuff in a while. I haven't. So I thought it was going to be difficult. You know, I would have been like, oh my god, you know what, y'all right. This is not cute. I don't know what I was thinking. But no, y'all are haters. It's giving haterade. This person is saying, we have better features in The Sims 3, stop playing. And then they reply with their little thing saying that they know that The Sims 3 has better gameplay, but they're talking about the look, stay on track. Alright. And now this person, is she of noir complexion? Ma'am. If I was you, I really wouldn't be fighting for The Sims 4. And just my personal opinion. You know, it's really not giving that EA cares that much about people of our hue. But anyways, this person, I disagree, right? They're not potatoes in my personal opinion. Sims 4 presets are normal looking, because this looks normal to y'all. This looks normal? Huh? the pasty coloring book coloring up the skin, that looks more normal than this to y'all. So much more normal to y'all. Stop. And so this person is saying, look at your bio. You know, it says creating chaos, and they're sitting there playing into your hands with them ugly, uncanny valley looking Sims. What does that have to say? Again, another person of noir complexion. I really even wouldn't. Anyways, what's uncanny valley to y'all? Because I thought uncanny valley was something that seemed semi-realistic, but in a way that was kind of dead behind the eyes. Like, it looks real, but you can tell it's not. Isn't that technically what The Sims was trying to do? They were trying to make it look real, but, you know, they couldn't get it all the way with the graphics of back then. I'm just asking. They're saying uncanny valley features, which is so interesting. And the sim only looks like this because this person has on reshade, right? So this adds in dark shadows and accentuates some of the animation. But they're not going to say that. They're just going to say, yeah, you're right. The Sims 3 Sims look really weird. Like, it's... What? Like, what's weird about this? It's just a sim. And you see here, they have a thing against the Sims 3, right? They can't say that the gameplay isn't good. So when someone says it's the most fun Sims game, they said when the Sims 2 exists, this is the stuff that I be talking about. This person says, or maybe you suck at making Sims. And honestly, this is the correct answer to what he said. This is the correct answer to what this person said, right? Like, all you have to do, like, if you don't like the big foreheads on some of them, give them the bayang. The bayang. Alright, it's not that difficult at all. I kind of like this look on her. Like, y'all was acting like these Sims are so ugly you can't breathe. Why would anybody prefer these Sims? Why would anybody want these Sims? For the same reasons you play The Sims 4. You play The Sims 4, people wonder why you play The Sims 4, but you do what you gotta do, right? Right. Alright, so let's just get into clothes uber quickly. Maybe you're saying this because you suck at making Sims. We can talk about in which game is it easier to make a Sim that isn't generated ugly, pre-generated ugly. In every Sims game, you can get an unattractive Sim. That's just the facts of life. You know what I mean? In The Sims 3, especially in Create a Sim in The Sims 3 is not easy. Just because it's a lot more fun and you have a lot more customizability does not make it easy. It took me a long time to find my flavor. As a matter of fact, if you see this Sim here, my Sim, versus how my Sim looks now, very much a different girl, right? And that isn't even really about CC. It's about how I decided to use the sliders to frame my face, all of that. It's a process. Making Sims in The Sims 3 is a process, and you only get better and better the longer you try, the longer you keep going. You know what I mean? So I just think it's really annoying that they're having this conversation, and this person replies to this person who, you know, ate him up with, have you seen Sims 3 NPCs? This ain't about just making Sims and create a Sim. I'm talking about the blueprint. And I keep thinking to myself, right? You could never be talking about the blueprints of The Sims 4. And then this person also claps him back very well. But can we agree Sims 4 Sims are 2 without any mods, right? But I like The Sims 3 better. Which this person is saying, you may be right, but let's also say that The Sims 4 Sims are also ugly. Which I would even be more fine with that being the case. But this person says, not in my opinion, right? So this person, right? This person comes here with this, right? It's an opinion, but they added the F-bomb and how tired they are in all caps, trying to act like I'm saying an opinion, but it's not really opinion. It's a fact. You know what I mean? So they're saying that. But here, when this person is saying, well, if we're being honest, Sims 4 Sims don't look that great base game without CC either. They're like, not in my opinion. So now you want to talk about opinions. This right here, this is an opinion. This is not a fact. This is an opinion. When you watch a lot of people play The Sims 3 and they jump into Sunset Valley, a lot of them will have a tryst with Hank because he is one of the few Sims there that are pretty enough that you don't have to do anything with them and create a Sim. You don't have to edit them a little bit. Zelda May, one of the pretty Sims in Sunset Valley, that even if people do makeovers, they don't even change the face shape. They just add a little bit of makeup to accentuate the features that the Sim already has. There are Sims in literally every Sims 3 world that people are like, yeah, this is low-key dubbed the best looking Sim, but da. So you're acting as if every single Sim that was made by EA is completely ugly. That's not true, sir. That's your opinion. But facts don't negate feelings. And I think this person was right. If the Sims 3 Sims are not cute, then neither is the Sims 4. And honestly, if you had just agreed with them here, I wouldn't have made a video. Because then I would have understood that you're at least not a hypocrite. I don't like hypocrisy. And here, you said, if you're creative enough, you can make decent looking Sims without CC. Correct. So what's the point of this tweet? What is the point of this tweet? I'm asking for a friend. I'm gonna need y'all to, come in and let me know what y'all think. Because I'm annoyed, but I'm not that annoyed. It is what it is. People come with this argument every year. And I think the moral of the story is that you can make attractive Sims. All you have to do is spend more than 5 minutes and create a Sim. Maybe even more than 15 if you want like a gorgeous Sim. But Sims 3 creators, in terms of like EA people, they did make a few cute Sims in different worlds. They're not all ugly or uncanny or whatever you want to say. Every game has a different art style. And whereas I said I don't like the way The Sims 4 looks, I'm not going to say that The Sims 4 Sims are ugly. I'm just going to say I don't like the art style. Because that's really what it is. I just don't like the art style. I'm not going to say they're ugly. That's not true. Y'all can make a pretty looking Sims 4 Sim with a ton of CC. The art style is just not for me. I just hope that some of you, okay, I know it's not all of you, I wish that the few of you in The Sims 4 that always get triggered by The Sims 3, because you don't get triggered by The Sims 2. I've heard that The Sims 2 and The Sims 4 are similar, but not that similar. Maybe that's why y'all don't get very triggered by The Sims 2. But I wish that y'all would stop getting triggered by the fact that your game is super lackluster. Stop fighting us. Okay? Because you're not gonna win. All you can do is talk about how sometimes The Sims look really weird. Oh, every time your game gets an update, it breaks and needs a patch. Since we're being petty, because you say that The Sims 3 Sims are ugly unless you add 1 gig of CC, that's petty. So you want us to get petty back? No, because when people get petty about The Sims 4, they say facts. And if something that they say isn't a fact, it's because it was just recently updated. Like they might have said 3 years ago that The Sims 4 barely has any features. I guess you can't say that now, because they've added so many kits and patches and updates that there are a lot more features than there were 5 years ago. Good for you. But there's a lot of videos on YouTube, and go watch them, of people talking about base game features in The Sims 3. When I was playing the first few episodes of Leprosy, I got the option to recruit somebody to the medical career when I was in level 3 of the medical career. Did you hear me? Can you recruit people base game? Gameplay. I know a lot of people have said that The Sims 3 was too ambitious, but maybe that's what a simulation game needs. Honestly, unless catastrophic things happen, that's a compliment to me. This is literally an aesthetics thing. Again, this is every year the Sims communities have a war on aesthetics. Why do you guys keep trying to police how other people play the game? If you like this Fortnite character, go play it. Nobody cares. There are lots of people that play The Sims 4 and that's all they play because they don't feel like going back. There are people who play The Sims 4 because they're a little bit lazy, if we're being honest, and they don't want to fix up the other games, because the other games, you have to fix them up when you get them. I'm like, well, The Sims 4, you know, I'm getting it on the latest patch. I don't really have to fix it up unless I want to add reshade or stuff like that. Well, fine. I understand. I can be lazy sometimes too. No judgment. But don't be lazy and then crap on people who aren't lazy, who want more from their game, who want to play a game that they don't necessarily have to have 1 gigabyte of CC and mods because the game gives them a lot of stuff. All they have to do is get a couple megabytes of fixes. Can we just be honest about that? Before, that girl who left YouTube because she was being a little bit racial when it came to different aesthetics on The Sims 4, she left because she felt like she owned an aesthetic, but then also tried to make fun of the aesthetic that she was a part of. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. Why do y'all keep fighting people on how they play their game? I have another video that I will post, possibly next week. Another Siren Simtoms about a lot of people also like to judge. Like, if we're talking about create a sim, they like to judge how people create a sim, how people do makeovers, when they make over a base game sim in either game. What is wrong with y'all? Ayo, the X app is a terror. I barely go on this app unless I'm going to talk to somebody specifically or I heard something pop off and so I'm looking through the tags to see. Because if I just go on it for fun, I will literally get annoyed so quickly. Just give it 2 minutes. Not even, you know what, 30 seconds. I'll scroll. 30 seconds done, I find something that triggers me. Y'all are doing way too much. Leave Sims 3 players alone. I know some of y'all feel away because some Sims 3 players will, you know, create hit tweets about The Sims 4. You realize, though, that one of the reasons that they can complain about The Sims 4 is because Sims 4 players complain about The Sims 4. You guys open yourselves up to the criticism that you get because you don't close your ranks. And how can you? EA barely cares. I'm not gonna say they don't care, but barely. The people who worked on The Sims 3 didn't work on The Sims 4 as well, just so you know. They all got let go. And then they found a whole bunch of new people that liked The Sims to play The Sims 4. And you can tell. This tends to happen a lot with my favorite games and shows. Once a certain team is no longer present or a certain person has already left, you can kind of tell. I know some people have said, you know, oh, this person and that person left by the time The Sims 3 came around, you can tell there's a bit of a difference as well. Sure. I've always understood the little cute pissing contest between The Sims 2 and The Sims 3. Like, that makes sense because both games have enough bandwidth that they can dang near be equals, and so people can go back and forth and debate about that. Why are we debating about this? Why are we debating about this? I don't see a contest here. A popular opinion, I feel like when it comes to the clay hairs, the only clay hairs that look good are black clay hairs in terms of Afro CC. Yeah. So like braids and stuff like that. Sometimes some types of afros can look good with the clay texture, but like straight hair textures never really look good unless the sim is so pretty that it makes you not see that the hair is so clay. Like, that's... And I have a bunch of clay hairs in The Sims too. But I don't necessarily love them. I prefer the alpha. But however, you know, the alpha is harder on the game because the game is old. I feel like also this comes from people being shocked that people really gonna sit here and defend The Sims 3. Why wouldn't we? Apart from lags and sometimes crashes, this game was really good. It's a really good game, guys. Stop being in your feelings and jealous about it. Y'all are so mad that The Sims 3 is better than The Sims 4, so you have to find nitpicks to make yourself feel better about your game. I don't do that. If I think something is top tier, I don't have to nitpick at others. I don't. Because when I say something is top tier, I believe it. So I don't have to go back to other people who are like, actually, I'm just like, your loss. If you think The Sims 4 is top tier, you stand on business and you don't have to look back at other people and say anything. It makes your game look like it sucks. That's what it looks like. Like I said before, do whatever you want, but don't lie. I dislike liars heavily. That's the whole reason I wanted to make this video. Like, you're not gonna come here and crap on The Sims 3 like it's the worst thing that you've ever seen in your entire life, when I can make a sim that looks like this. And that is also dressed like this, just off of EA stuff. Right? I can make a sim that looks like this and is dressed like this. Like, can you just stop playing, please? Please. Now, can we make sims that look better with CC? Yes. But as I said before, like, there are a bunch of sims out there that EA pre-made that people actually like. Of course, there are the token unattractive sims people don't like. I'm about to actually make a video about how some of those sims, you don't really like them because, you know, EA decided to add in some cultural stuff like crooked noses, fake noses, some stuff, and like our personal biases fly out if we don't like those people. But that's not what's happening here. Yeah. Anyways, let's end this video up. Let me know what you thought down below, and if you guys want her, let me know. I'll update the video and add her down. Jamie Long is here to stay. I'm gonna add her to my bin. Like, I'm just add her to my bin because I can use this. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Susuo. Okay.